NPC Jail. A horrible, seemingly inescapable pit of unfulfilled potential. Much like the Four Beasts plot. Many characters find themselves trapped there. Some for months, some for years, and some for like a week and a half. Seriously, what the heck was that? Who was clamoring for Crust's release?
Don't forget, Trony was only in there for like a month after getting introduced in Eleg's event, and then got her own event and showed up in the campaign.
An actual campaign appearance? Trony, you must show me how you managed that! The kingdom has been out of the spotlight for far too long. I thought you were trying to keep a low profile. You know, after Mustang sent Cafe Sweetie to leave a severed horse head in your bed as a threat to get you to pay back your debts. But they couldn't find a horse, so instead they just filled your royal bedroom with horseflies. Joke's on them, those flies were delicious. Back on topic. NPC Jail is a source of much frustration, but it also leads to celebration. When long sought-after NIKKE'S finally escape, like Kay, whose kit ended up being total shite. Well there's also Flora, whose kit is, once again, total shite. Wouldn't it be manure in her case? Well, they can't all be bad, can they? What about Nayuta? Oh, come on, Mommy number 7. We all know there's no such thing as a bad pilgrim rate unit.
Overspec Mihara would beg to differ.
Sheesh! Who would have thought an episode all about prison would be so depressing? Regardless, my investigative team is here to learn everything there is to know about NPC Jail. What's life inside like? Why are some characters trapped in there for so long? And most importantly, how does one escape? The kingdom investigates. Tonight!
I'm Chime.
I'm Marion.
I'm Kilo.
I'm Wells. I'm Trony. I'm Crown. That story tonight on The Royal Hour. To find out what lands someone in the clink, I decided to seek out one of NPC Jail's longest locked-up residents. Export was going to have me talk with Liberalio, but there's a non-zero chance she gets released from NPC Jail for the 3-year anniversary. And after having to rewrite the NIKKE plot tier list after Nayuta's sudden return to the story, Export is definitely not making that mistake a second time. So instead, I met with somebody that no one even remembers. It's Ryan. My name is Rion. No one cares, Ryan. Heck, half the audience barely remembers you've been around since the Marion story arc, when you retrieved the Vophouse bullet for Suin. Actually, I was first mentioned in... As I said, no one cares, Ryan. So tell me, what got you locked in NPC Jail? And for so long? Was it because your character design looks like ShiftUp copy-pasted you right out of Destiny Child? And here I thought Suin was the worst boss ever. Although, to be fair, you haven't asked me to commit any crimes against humanity yet, so I guess you aren't quite as bad as her. Oh no, I save all my exciting requests for the middle of the week. War Crime Wednesday is a big event in the kingdom. Right. To answer your question, I ended up here for the same reason most newly introduced characters who don't immediately get released do. I'm not a triple D. Yes, you are rather flat. That's not what I meant. It's an acronym. The first D stands for design. If you don't have a cool or gimmicky design, you'll be stuck as a side character. You've got to fit a specific, preferably sexy trope. Like a teacher, or a maid, or a shy nerd, or a maid, or a cheerleader, or a... Yes, or a maid, we get it. What do the other 2 Ds stand for? The second is depressing. If you've got a depressing backstory, the players will eat that right up. Oh, she has to work with Ether doing horrible experiments, so sad. Or, oh, she has crippling OCD, I can totally fix that by enabling it. Seriously, there were so many things wrong with that event. Or, oh, she's so shy and has a fear of people, I just want to help her. Sheesh, Trony catching a lot of strays today. So, what's the last D stand for? Oh, that last one was for triple D tits. That'll keep you out of NPC Jail for sure. Having found out why newly introduced characters get locked in NPC Jail, I sought to find out what life inside the big house is like. And for that, I talked to the Slammer's most infamous and newly released member, Kay. It's so good to talk to you again, Kay. And this time I didn't even have to kidnap you. Wait, did that really happen? I thought events and roundtable talk weren't canon. It's soft canon. Export will revise it to fit whatever is happening in the moment. Kind of like all of NIKKE'S plot. So tell me, what was life like in NPC Jail? It was awful. We were locked away from the main plot. Nobody even remembered we existed. We didn't get paid anything. We were all flat broke. And worst of all was the food. What we had was barely edible. And we had to scrounge around for any protein we could find, including spiders. And oh man, you won't even believe what we had to womp womp womp.
It was at this moment I realized that I, and all my dear citizens of the kingdom, may in fact also be living in NPC jail. I made a mental note to buy a rock hammer from the NPC jail's gift shop on the way out. Thankfully, I had already bought a nudie poster of Siren earlier that day, so I was all set to make my eventual escape. But you eventually managed to escape, right? Right? Tell me, how did you do it? I really need to know how you did it. Even if escaping means getting a terrible kit and only showing up as a pointless background character in collab events, where you don't even get to wear your new skin.
Well, I had to pick my escape timing very carefully. There was no way I'd get out during an anniversary or collab, so instead I waited for the deadest of dead periods during the game, and snuck out by bribing ShiftUp.
Ooh, what did you bribe them with?
Well, first I agreed to get a slight redesign, to show off more ass. Showing off your ass in this game is mandatory.
You'd think, and yet some people just don't seem to get that message.
And second, I agreed to be in this embarrassing bathtub CG. Worst part is, even after showing off so much skin, they still gave me one of the worst kits of the year. But still, it's good to finally be free, and getting skins.
But I already did a revealing CG. There has to be something else. Some other way to get out of NPC jail. I need to know. Tell me, please. What about shanking hobbits or time travelers? Because I totally have access to those, and will do it if it gets me back in the main story.
What?
After calming down from that mild existential crisis, I had one final stop in my investigation, to talk with the one who runs the NPC jail. And so I arrived at the warden's office to talk with John ShiftUp himself. Please, ShiftUp, put me back in the main story, please! I'll do an even more lewd gotcha skin. I'm not exactly sure how I get more lewd than naked, but I'll figure it out. Ooh, I've got Marion. You guys used to love Marion. You can do story stuff with her and I'll write her coattails. What about Scheherazade? I show up in that fan story. You can totally steal that idea. The kingdom even made a music video explaining her whole story. I mean, given the quality of NIKKE'S English translation, you probably won't understand the lyrics, but still. It's been a year and a half. It's been so long nobody even remembers what my real personality is like. I'm 2 tier-list videos away from being completely flanderized. Export's going to just keep shoving me into more and more NIKKE fan series, even though everyone is sick of me hosting a million different shows. I'm the Ryan Seacrest of NIKKE! Wow, who knew they had an enrichment cannon hidden in their studio? Don't worry though, my loyal citizens. I saved my rock hammer and siren poster, so we'll definitely be returning to the story in the next 19 years or so. My king, I'm pretty sure most of the audience has no idea what you're referencing. Oh, Chime, there you are. Tell me, have you seen my trusty shanking knife? And on a completely unrelated topic, where's Wells? The outro, my king. Ah, yes. NPC jail is a horrible place. And even when you escape, there's no guarantee life on the outside will be any better. But with enough patience and a few dead time travelers, even the most forgotten character may one day have the chance to empty players' wallets. Next time on the Royal Hour, collabs. We investigate how they're chosen and why most of them are so bad. Look, I'm not saying I'm not a fan. I am. And you definitely hold the title of Best Girl in your series. But I'm just not sure you'd make a good fit for a collab.